Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'm going to go do my thing now. Don't worry about it. Nobody's here. Oh, wait a minute. Well, there are some people here. Don't worry about what you heard me say earlier. Just going to have this banana. So this is a 5 by 5 by 8 by 5 booklet. I mean, it says so right there. I would lead with 8.5 by 5.5. Interesting that they go width first, isn't it? Isn't it? Joey, how are you? Isn't it weird that? Is it weird? Yeah, width first. But then, no, I guess it isn't because I think like an 8 by 10. Never mind. Never mind. I got some samples from this company called Mixam, Mixam. See, Mixam, and like they sent me like this kind of like a sample pack of stuff because um, I really want to do this magazine idea. I really, really, really want to do this magazine. I think it would be great. I think, well, it might not be great. I think it would be great fun. That's the difference. I'm not trying to make anything great. I'm just trying to do my best. But so so Mixum is this company. This is not a promotional thing. This is just stuff I'm dealing with. We sounding okay? We sounding good? I got the little microphone kind of hidden right here, so it's ever so discreetly. You know what is not hidden ever so discreetly? Whoosh. I'm at the point, and I get to this point a lot, where I'm like, do I just let it go? Do I just let it go? Now, granted, if I decided to just let it go, that's going to take a long time. Although I guess I probably could get the color stripped out. I don't know that I'm really prepared for that because, like, that's a lot right there. That's a lot right there. And, like, I'm not trying to cling on to things. Or, I don't know, maybe I am. I don't feel like I'm trying to cling on to things. But, yeah, I get to this point and then I just kind of let it go. And I'm like, what if I just let it go completely? I mean, I could always when the hair and makeup team is done, I can always just like recoil in horror, and then just put it back on, just paint it again. So I could always do that, right? Right. I could do that. I don't even need a reason. This isn't Russia. Is this Russia? This isn't Russia. This isn't Russia. Yeah. So anyway, so these are these little samples from Mixum, and so they've got, so on their website they offer all kinds of different, printing options. You can get photo books, which, oh my god, I love making photo books. I love making photo books. Love it. Love them. I have some right over here. I have I've got one from like the first Elita that I made. It was like whatever. I've got some trips. There's one from when we went to Chile. Here, I'll show you. Let's see, we got this one when we went to Chile. Look at that. Look at that. Those happy faces right there. Just look at that. Mrs. Sully took that picture. And dude, I love making photo books. Capture fun memories like these. Isn't that nice? Super nice. I made one when we went to Paris, and like I took so many pictures when we were there. I could easily, we went to like various art galleries and stuff. I could easily make like smaller books just based on the pictures that I took inside the art gallery. And I feel weird about taking pictures inside an art gallery. I always feel like I'm going to get in trouble. But like, you don't. They're cool with it. Unless they're not, and they'll I imagine they'll post that. But I've never been to an art museum where there's like no cameras. So that's cool. And it might be kind of cheesy, but maybe it isn't. There's this picture that I took of a painting by Matisse that Mrs. Sully really liked. And, I got a really good picture of it. And, you go to like Walgreens and you just print it off on canvas. It looks nice. So, yeah. We went when we were there. There was an exhibit of Basquiat and Jean-Michel Basquiat and Andy Warhol's collaboration. There was a point in the mid '80s when they just made these collaborations together, and it was called Painting with Four Hands. And like one would start it, and then the other would kind of add their stuff, and super, super, super cool. But like when we were in Paris, the I didn't know that it was a thing, and when we first landed, like one of the first things I saw was like this poster advertising this exhibit, and I'm like, no way, we gotta go to that. And so we did, and oh my god, it was so great. And I did take a lot of pictures there, but like they had some real dope, like big ass books. And see, and I'm like, oh, this is gonna be super dope. I'm gonna be real excited to read all this stuff. There's, and there's articles and there's some interviews about the show. This one is all in French. I can't read as much as I would love to be able to read all that. I can't read this, so that was a bit of a bummer. Although there was an English version that I got on Amazon a few months later. Let's put this away. So Nixon, these are I love making, I really do. I love making photo albums. I love like framing stuff. If we, like Michael's always has, frames on sale, and I'll get some just to have, just in case, in case you gotta do something, in case you gotta frame something real quick. So yeah, I know people that like to do that stuff too. Like Smiling Mike Squires likes to frame stuff too. So, I mean, he likes to frame people for arson, but still framing. So yeah, I am committed to making this happen because, I've got nothing else to do. We know that's not true. It may seem that, somebody, no, I'm not going to tell that story. Somebody said something really shitty about just like, oh, you're a kind of a garbage person. Like, oh, it doesn't really do what's taking us so long. All he does is post on the internet. Okay. Oh God, I got a sneeze coming. Did you know I can sneeze with my eyes open? I can. I 100% can. I don't want to sneeze because it's going to like right in the microphone, and like I don't want to do that to you, but know that I can do it with my eyes open, and you can too. People say it's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Not even that. All you have to do is you feel a sneeze coming on, you got to train yourself. This is a great activity during allergy season. So like when you feel a sneeze coming on, you just open those eyes like real, real big. And like at first, they'll kind of like they water over and like, and they'll kind of close, but don't you let them. And then eventually you'll be able to do it. It's like when I was a kid, I wanted to learn how to like raise my eyebrow, and I can only do it this side. Wait, I can only do it that side. What I used to do is I would just hold and then go up, 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 holding this one in place just to build up that independent muscle ability. Sure, this is a great look. This is everybody's really enjoying this. Of course, once I got that ability, I didn't, okay, so now I'm going to go like this. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I should pick up where like 8-year-old me left off. Um, anyway, I'm committed. So one of the things that we needed to get done was, so this is like business stuff. So I'm going to share with you. When I was in Korea, my contact handler, we'll call him a handler. That just sounds fun. The guy that was helping me out, who was interested in like helping me get into like the Asian sales, the Asian guitar market. He's like, we need like a dealer kind of a presentation kind of thing, like, so something we can give to them to, you get the point. As opposed to just saying, oh yeah, Sully guitars. Yeah, you should check them out. They're kind of pointy, fun colors sometimes. We should carry them. That's a real convincing argument. I mean, if it works, great. But we need a little more. And so we completed that. We did like a kind of like a rough draft over the summer, and it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, we got to get to that, we got to get to that, we got to get to that. And there's something about the end of the year where I'm like, we got to get all this has to be done. Oh, Henning sent me a message. I'm just going to say, I agree. I'm also streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Feel free to watch and heckle. Smiley face. Okay. So it was, like 90% done. Kyle did a really good job putting it together, and this is one of those things where I'm like, as we're thinking about NAMM, I want to have like a catalog. I want to have some kind of something. So like I get these little samples because, when you're on the website, you can pick your sizes and like what thickness of paper do you want? Do you want 80 pound? Do you want 100 pound? Do you want, and these are things that if you don't know, if you're a beginner like me, I have no idea. And I just want something nice. So they offer sample packs. And so these are some of the sample packs. Like, this is one thing that's interesting. So this is, a catalog. And, but yet, and it's got like this has like, it's like cardstock. It's, and the thing that's nice is that they give the size, what thickness, like the cover paper is, the text paper, how many slides or, individual pages. And this is all like satin. It's not, not glossy. And this has kind of a nice feel. It's the same size and format as this shiny one, but they call this is a booklet, whereas this is a catalog. I think they're the same. They are the same dimensions. They just have different layouts and different paper coating and weights and things like that. They've even got comic books. You can make your own comic book. There's comic books in there. And there was a time, like a million years ago, that I was working on, I was drawing a comic book. And, I stopped because, like, I don't know, I was busy. Or maybe I just didn't think it was all that good and, whatever. So I didn't do anything with that. But, so I am very happy to say that during this little holiday somewhat break, but not really, because I've been to the shop twice this weekend. One was by accident, and it was an example of why maybe I need an assistant, or I need to utilize my digital friend Siri better, more effectively. I'll get to that maybe in a minute, or maybe I'll forget. I don't know. And I'm just like, you know what? There were some notes that we had that we wanted to work on, and I'm just like, I'm just going to go through it. It's done. And so having that one little success makes me, it was invigorating. It's like, yeah, I know I can do it. And like the whole magazine idea, like, it's not hard, but like what I don't want to do is just poke around with various layouts and like I have to write on paper like this is what this issue is going to have. And my plan is just to do them. What I would like to do, what I want to do, is just to do them quarterly. Like I'm not trying to do them like monthly, but if I can identify enough things that will be evergreen to last throughout a year, like stories behind builds and things like that. These are builds that have already been complete. So like that information isn't going to expire. Oh, Henning is watching on YouTube. He should if they're a live chat. Oh, there he is. He's saying good morning. Well, that's nice. And what was it? I forgot what I was saying. That's okay. It wasn't really of any value. Oh yeah, get these things that are like evergreen. So if I could maybe like I want to come up with like a format, and there are of course templates for those sorts of things, and like mix them has it. Like this really is not like they're not like, hey, you should try our stuff and talk about it in a video. I wish, then I'd be like, how about I'll just send you the information, then you're nice people can put it all together. But and also let's be real, people don't really reach out to me for that sort of thing anymore. But they will, damn it, or they'll pay. So yes, I really want to do that. Completing this little catalog for that is kind of dealer specific, and it's time specific because it is just for a year. So it's got prices and things like that, and those things will fluctuate. I really want them to come down. Don't you think you can do that? Well, I mean, yeah, I make those decisions, but like, payroll's a thing. Yeah, oh yeah, that is a thing. That's the thing that you get real worried about all the time, isn't it? One of the things, yeah. Yeah. Can we talk about this later? Sure. You don't think that they like it when we do this? I think sometimes, but maybe not. I think maybe this is probably like enough. We should probably end the bit here. Okay. You notice that I'm being a lot nicer to you today? I haven't noticed that now that I think about it, yeah, you're not berating me, thanks for not berating me, I guess. You want a muffin for that? Well, you did get some pain au chocolat earlier this morning. You're right, I did. That's for me. It's also for me too, right? I guess. Can you go? Sure. Sorry. So yes, I'm energized by that. I want to make this happen. And my thought, my plan, here's what I'm thinking is, sorry, I glitched. The time between Christmas, New Year, whatever, the shop is closed. But that's when I go in and I work on stuff that requires a lot of extra mental capacity on my part. And so I have to save all of that up throughout the year. So I have some to spare, but no, when I last year, one of the things that I was working on is making neck throughs on the CNC because I've talked about this before, so I'll spare you, but it's very involved. And so I made some test guitars and, there's one, I do have to do that again, because there is a neck through Concord that I've been working on the programming for some time now, and we got to make the thing. So yeah. So that's that. Let's see. Oh, we've got all kinds of. Okay, we've got howdies, or the Texas cats that say meowdy. Good morning. Hope your Thanksgiving was great. It was nice. Went to my sister's and saw relatives, and that was cool. I hope yours was as well. That pinstripe trella, it's real lonely. I'm just saying. Okay, so yes, Joey's referring to like the width first, then height, because we think maybe height then width. But then, we kind of talk, well, there's like an 8x10 photo. So maybe we are used to it. Maybe when we're forced to think about these things is only when they get a little weird. I don't know. Probably not. Good morning! Sorry. Oh, sorry. What's up, Saul? What's up, Joel? How are you? What's your deal? How's everything going with you? That's what the kids want to know. That's what the people, are really asking on the street. Dig that Blue Raven t-shirt. It's a good one, isn't it? So our Smokey and the Raven, I like it. It's pretty good, right? This was a test from one of the things that I'm also considering is switching the made to order merch provider. Many of you know that I've used Threadless for years for things like shirts or coffee cups. Actually, this one isn't available. This is just kind of fun. Coffee cups, all that stuff. Hoodies, blah, blah, blah. But then I found Printful, which I wanted to try. It's the same kind of thing, but they also have like more stuff. And I think they're maybe a little more tailored to like people that have like stores and they're selling stuff on Etsy. And I don't know if the print quality is better. I think it might be. But one of the things that Printful offers that Threadless does not is embroidery. I'll show you this because like you look at me and you're like, now that's a guy that loves embroidery. Well, how does he feel about needlepoint? Nobody knows. But I'm going to show you this. Check this out. We're going to go into the closet. The closet of, this is where all the Girl Scouts are. Don't worry. I don't have this on. You can't see this on camera, but these are like lightweight bomber jackets, which is great because I live in a place where you can wear jackets for maybe 3 weeks out of the year. It's a little bit more than that, but like, check it out. It's embroidered, kids. It's not printed. It's not screen printed. And there's nothing wrong with having it printed, but like, this is like more of a thing, right? This is a thing. It makes you go like this. Anyway, so this was also something that I got from Printful. And it is a tri-blend shirt, which they are super comfy. And, we have tri-blend shirts on the Threadless site. But the thing that doesn't work for me personally with tri-blend shirts is that they don't breathe as well as 100% cotton. And I can only wear these when it's not quite so hot, because like if I wear this in the shop, I'll just be raining, and I don't enjoy that. Catfish, good morning to you. That's very cool. I don't know what we're referring to, but whatever it is, it's very cool, and I like that. Sully's photo corner. Oh, is that like the books and stuff? Kyle, now I want to strive to have powerful eyebrow muscles. See, Kyle, that's the thing. The power has just been it's been in you all along. You need to harness that power to have individual eyebrow raising, so you can go there. But I can kind of do it. But yeah, gonna use the eyebrow lift ability for good or for evil. I'm gonna use it for awesome. Good morning. Let's see. See, now Henning hasn't seen these breakfast with Sully's before. There's a lot of this. Henning, these are very stream of consciousness, usually incredibly caffeinated. And as you've experienced just by watching this, if you're still watching, we don't really have a point. Sometimes I have things that I want to talk about, and I have been kind of talking about some things, but like, if I don't have if I don't have a topic or if I don't have a specific question to answer, I'm here we go. Is Ozzy real though? That's right. So Henning's got a rant about that. So I'm looking forward to watching that because I don't know if he's real. I think he is, or at least up to like the No Rest for the Wicked album. I think he's real. I think after that's when like certain bands that kind of get so big, then they just kind of become like an entity, a brand. And let's be real, we all can benefit from that sort of thing if we have a that kind of appeal. Like with me, you may not buy a guitar, but you might buy a shirt. So it's Sully's. It's not just not just a guitar. It's a lifestyle. And now, but the other thing that not the other thing, but like when I say that, that also makes me think of how much I don't like that sort of thing. Like there are certain things that people enjoy that like also kind of comes with like this culture. And like maybe you just want to have a Jeep without having to do a bunch of stuff to it, or like waving at other people with Jeeps. I just want to just do that. But like I can rattle off a whole bunch of others, but that's going to make people mad. So I don't want to do that. But so like, is there really a Sully lifestyle? I don't know. Probably not. Other than just like being cool, I guess. Anyway, but like where I was getting at is like certain bands, once you get to this point when you've been around so long, and you become this larger than, not life, but this huge thing, like like Aerosmith or Kiss is a great example of that, because like when they reunited and they did like the Psycho Circus record, I was super swept up in all of that, and I was so excited, and I enjoyed it. But like all of the albums that have come out since then kind of have that same kind of thing where it's like, this is what a Kiss product sounds like. And there's nothing particularly wrong with it, but it does seem to be missing. Like if you go back to some of the previous albums, and I'm even saying like the Makeup era. I'm not like, oh, Makeup or get the fuck out, like whatever. If you go back to any of those records like before Psycho Circus, now granted, Kiss was always like a huge entity for like ever, but like to me it kind of sounds like they were still like writing some songs, and they were kind of working together and doing the best that they had with what they got, doing the best they could with what they had. That's the phrase I was looking for. And then like Psycho Circus, and like especially everything after that, it just sounds like this is a Kiss product. It's not anything. It's not life shattering, but then again, like I met Glenn Walker, KDH's buddy, and we were, because he's a huge Kiss fan. And what blew my mind is, for years I've always said, like, I think it's tough to play a Kiss album now to someone who has never heard them before and like expect them to like it. I think, you had to kind of be there. But Glenn's first Kiss album was Sonic Boom. And then he went Kiss crazy. And I'm like, isn't that something? Isn't that something? So I guess it's kind of like we hold on to things that hit us in our formative years when we're finding out what our thing kind of is. Cool observation. So like with Ozzy, getting back to this, is like, to me, that's the No More Tears record. There's like, I don't own that record. I've heard bits and pieces of it. I think the Zach's solo and No More Tears is fantastic. I like Zach playing Zach's material. I don't want to hear him rape Randy and Jake's material, but like then I hear like when people are like, Zach is my favorite Ozzy guitar player. I'm like, how can you be so incredibly wrong about something? But then I think sometimes maybe that's the version of Ozzy that came out when they found Ozzy. Now, and my version was Jake, and Jake is my top 5 for sure. But like Randy's my favorite Ozzy guitar player because like and I don't mind hearing Jake play Randy's material, even though he doesn't try to do it note for note. I like what he did with it, but also like Jake was really cool, and like Jake had some attitude that I don't think that Randy had, and I don't think that Zach had in the same style. Like Zach certainly has attitude and a vibe. I think Jake was more of a rock star, and Jake was cool. Jake, and I'm not saying Zach's not cool, but like I'm having a hard time explaining this. But like anyway, but when I hear that, like my favorite Ozzy is Zach, I'm like that does not compute to me because like but when I was saying like why I like Randy better, just slightly, Blizzard and Diary are better, or the songs are better than Bark at the Moon and The Ultimate Sin. They just are. Well, that's just your opinion. It is my opinion, but I am correct in that opinion. And the reason why I say that is I think that the songs on those first 2 albums, they just hold up longer than Bark at the Moon and Ultimate Sin. Like when I got those 2 records when they came out, loved them. So like this is not any kind of anything, but like I don't necessarily go back and I like Bark at the Moon better than Ultimate Sin. Which, a lot of people are like, oh, I hate the guitar sound on it. It's so processed. That's kind of what I like about it. And the drum sound on the Ultimate Sin, like listen to that song and that's what the drum sounds like. And it's not great. Randy Castillo's a great drummer, but they did him dirty on that drum sound. Anyway, let's see. Play us a riff, Sully. What am I, a trained monkey? I'm an untrained monkey. Let's see, what is this? Has he really had it for a while now? Oh, wait. Are we okay? That's probably the Ozzy stuff. Todd's coming in to save us. Embrace your inner John Belushi for ultimate eyebrow control. So like John Belushi is like the when you think about eyebrow control, it really goes with. I'll say that that John Belushi was the Eddie Van Halen of eyebrow control in that he really took it to a new level. Rank coming in, shouting. That Ben Eller guitar is flippin' wicked. Such an awesome surprise seeing your masterpiece wielded by one of my favorite YouTube guitarists. Love you. Thanks, Rank. I appreciate that. It's very nice. Yeah, Ben, Uncle Ben and I, and he talks about this on the extended cut of that demo. So if you're part of his Patreon, you can hear this, especially when he's like, talking about how gorgeous I am. I'm like, all right, why this part get cut out? So yeah, we've known each other, here and there over the years, and saw each other at the Dallas Guitar Show. We were sharing space with our pals at Rev Amplification. Oh, which reminds me, kids, you're going to need to follow Rev Amplification on your various social media platforms if you aren't already. And like, I am sure you probably already are because like, if you're watching me, you already know about them. They're doing a thing, 12 Days of Christmas, that your pal Sully is participating in. So get involved, get in the know. Go follow Rev Amplification. Rev Amps, you know. So that's, Ben and I were talking, and Derek at Rev wanted Ben to, Ben was checking out the new amps that they have, and and Derek was nice enough to put some of my guitars like on their booth as well, and like we were sharing space, but like we had all of our stuff, and then they had amps, and so like maybe let's put a couple of Sullys for people to try out, which was super nice. I really, really, really appreciate that. And so Ben played. Oh shit! I did it almost. Played this one, my 622. I'll show you. So, I probably showed you this last week. This isn't really my thing, but like, I know that if my house was on fire, I would save this guitar. This guitar is dope. This guitar is really, really, really cool. Now, Ben misremembered this a little bit, and that's okay, because when he's talking about it on his video, he's like, I played his 622. Oh, and then if you're ever wondering, because like, who isn't? Is it 622 or 622? It's 622. Why? What's the difference? Well, it's 6 strings, 22 frets. Yeah. So that's that. And so Ben was playing this guitar, and Ben remembered this as a hardtail, which it was not. What if that was a hardtail? Could you believe it if I just did that and I went like, be like, Sully's thumb strength is not to be trifled with. But yeah, so this one is mine. It's aged or sullied, and like people are like, oh, that's like fake wear. Do you buy ripped jeans? Do you buy a guitar that is painted a color? I did just kind of scratch this when we were in Chile. We were kind of sitting. We were doing a video, and I've got this thing kind of on me, and I just kind of started scratching this. So like, I don't know. Is that real? Is that authentic? Is that, nobody cares about this. Oh, that's right. I bit this one here. Remember when I bit this and then I had like lacquer in my mouth? And then we've got some fun stickers. We got a new sticker because like, where does Sully want to go? Sully wants to go back to CDG. 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 There we go. We've got Dolly, because who doesn't like that? Our Diamondback sticker. Anyway, so yeah, so this was the guitar that Uncle Ben was playing. Right. And he really liked it. And I really liked that. One of the things that I really like about this particular guitar is that the neck is thin. There we go. I do like thinner necks, but I don't, and Ben talks about this when he was sharing the news about his 622. You can make a thin neck that also kind of like fills your hand. I know that certain companies that make thinner necks tend to do more of a D shape, and what that means is that from the sides of the fretboard, it kind of goes straight down, and then it kind of like, imagine like a top of a school bus, where it's just kind of shallow. So you've got like a wider flat spot down the center. And that doesn't really fill up your hand. Now, plenty of people enjoy that neck shape. So I'm not saying that they're wrong, but what I like to do is I like to have a thinner shape that also is more of a C profile. So that doesn't necessarily have as much of a flat spot or a flat spot at all on the back. So it kind of fills your hand as you're going with a thin neck. So I think that's the way to go. Of course I do, because that's what I'm doing with my guitars, and that's what I want people to like. Anyway, Mike coming in hot. Jeep people are weird. Well, I don't know. I'm not here saying that, but I was just saying that like, if you get the thing, sometimes you have to have the lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying that you have to get one of my guitars and then like go get yourself a flat iron and try and, work yourself to a point where we've got salon quality hair, even if we need to get that colored in. But like, anyway, Mike's coming in hot for revenge. Now, a return to Kiss's tougher vibes. Yes. I know that was a really big album for people. Oh, it's their best one since Destroyer. Like, I don't really think Destroyer is. I mean, I understand Destroyer is a great record, but like, if I'm going back to listen to Kiss records, it ain't Destroyer, because there are. I mean, like, okay, I love King of the Nighttime World. Did you know that that's not a Kiss song? It's a cover. Blew my mind. And I love Shout It Out Loud. But I don't need to hear Detroit Rock City ever again. Speaking from a point of being in a Kiss tribute band, I don't need to do this anymore. Don't need to do that. Yeah, but and like Revenge, I love Unholy. I love Unholy. Great, 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 great. Love Unholy. And like when I was in my Kiss fever, when that reunion was going on, you know, I was listening to them like constantly. I know I got problems, but and I probably listened to it more then. But like if I go back and listen to Revenge now, I think the only song that really still holds up for me is Unholy. The rest of it is kind of meh. Let's see. You should hear the Kiss debates Jude Gold and I have. Oh, so now I don't think that Todd's much of a Kiss fan, and maybe Jude is. So I would like to hear those debates. Jake played with more emotion and dynamics. I think that's very subjective to the. I don't think that's measurable because someone playing with emotion, that's how it hits you. But Jake looked cool, had all the chops, good songwriter. Dude knew how to move on a stage. That is key, kids. That's key. That is key. Something I was reminded of when a million years ago, I was at this show, Stars and Guitars tour. So that was Motley Crue, Tesla, Joe Satriani, and Bonham, I believe. 1990, the Dr. Feelgood tour. The Same Old Situation video was shot at where the show that I went to, which is at Alpine Valley in Wisconsin, which sadly is where Stevie Ray Vaughan, or as Uncle Ben likes to call him, Stevie Ray Vaughan, which I think is hilarious, where he played his last show and passed away. But the video for Same Old Situation was shot there, and my buddy Roger is in it at the end. He's in the crowd. Like if you look in the, it's maybe like in the last couple of choruses, there's this shot of like just the crowd, and there's someone like sticking their tongue out and giving like double deuces. That's my buddy Roger. Oh, back to that. Okay, we talked about that. So I don't know if I like more emotion than who. The thing that I like. No, I'm not like anti-Zach. A lot of people are like, oh man, Mr. Pinch Harmonics. Like Jake was like real heavy with those too. I have no problem with those. I just don't. I like hearing Zach be Zach because that's what I prefer. What are we doing? Joel coming in with a skull and crossbones, probably because I shot him down on playing a riff. I mean, I might. I mean, I did a little bit for you right now. I hope I've got back in your good graces, Joel. Don't leave me. Assad coming in with a question: are the 622 slanted neck and middle pickups the tip of the hat to Jake, or is there a scientific reason? So, Assad, first of all, if you look on the available stock page on the Sully Guitars website, your quote that your dog's behavior is much better after getting a Sully is there. I told you I was going to quote you, and damn it, I did. And that's going to stay. The scientific reasoning beyond things. A lot of the decisions that I make with the guitars that I make, it's just because I think it looks cool. That's primarily the thing. And then if there are other benefits, or there are other, so like with this, thanks to Henning, who did a wonderful video about the conspiracy series 71 Trella. And dude, I was mortified that the knob was loose, but I think I hope that happened when he did like a little push pull and then it came out, because I didn't get the sense that it was rolling around in there. But watch that video if you haven't. He talks about truthfully on why they're better than PRS SE guitars. I mean, I can give you a million reasons why they're better than PRS, but like, it's mostly because clunky neck heels are for jerks. And well, I've talked about my unfortunate interactions with Mr. Smith. What was I doing? Yeah, most of what I do is like, okay, oh yeah, that's right. So this was really kind of addressing the issues I had with what I thought I wanted for most of my life. But yeah, the fast answer is, yeah, I'm not much of a hum single guy. And if we're going to do it, let's slant them because it looks cool and, you know, Jake rules. So there you go. Like the whole like, oh, well, it might sound a little bit warmer in the whatever. I'm like, I don't know. You know, most of the time kids, we're playing through high gain amps anyway. Yeah. Brett, look who's here. See, now Brett is a big fan of Kiss. No. There we go. My finger's locking up. Hang on. See? It's stuck. See what you made me do, Brett? The king of the nighttime world. Mike, you know, that's a great point that you raised. I will say it's better to have one and not need it than to need one and not have it. Car Jam. Or, okay, so Catfish is coming in about the Revenge. That's Breakout. Go listen to the Fraley's Comet first record. That's Breakout. We know that. You know that. Howl. So Brett messaged me earlier and suggested that maybe Bark at the Moon is the best Ozzy song ever. And I'm like, it's a great song. I don't think you can, I don't think you can give best over anything Randy did. I don't think he can. I think he was also great. Yes. Rock and Roll Rebel is probably, that's one of my favorite, like, unsung. But like, then I'll do like a deep dive into Bark at the Moon, and I'm like, oh my god, this whole thing's great. Like, dude, the solo one's so tired. I understand that the song itself might be a little schmaltzy. That solo is so good, so good. Yes, you got all the bands. I don't know what that's in. Oh shit, that's right. What I was talking about with that, my point about Alpine Valley, it ties back to Jake Lee. He wasn't there, but so Jake could play and like put on a show. Dude's gonna roll around on the stage for you, and he's gonna like drop tune for you, and it's gonna come back, and it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. On the other hand, you have Joe Satriani, who on that tour. Now, it's entirely possible that the entire stage floor was lava, except for like the 12-inch, maybe there was a 12-inch square of like gaff tape on the floor to keep him from going anywhere else. I'm sure that I've been more bored in my life, but I can't remember when. So, props for Alpine Valley. Yep. He was doing the push-pulley thing. Let's see. Best outro solo then. It's a good. Well, okay, but then like Mr. Crowley, Tonight. You can't tell me that that's better. It's memorable, probably as memorable. But like, and I learned that outro solo. Like, it's not how he plays it, but like I can't play how he plays it. I just go, Ah. One thing, perf. Oh, Brett. Close? No way, dude. I no. Just no. Just no. Um, what else? What was I saying? Crap! I forgot what I was going to say. I just can't. I can't do it. What else we got? I think that's. I forgot what I was going to say, but that's okay. See, like you've flabbergasted. You've gasted my flabber. I don't know what you did, but you've rendered me in a state. In a state, Brett. What else are we going to talk about? We're gonna wind this up pretty soon. Important business. You know, it's crucial to get to this stuff right away. There is a sale going on right now. We're blowing like everything out at 30% off. I know that you all get all kinds of Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals, and let's be real, a lot of those discounts are 10 to 15% off. That's nice. Let's go 30. Let's really move some shit. Let's get this stuff in your hands. Yeah, let's do that. So guitars are selling. I'm very happy about that because that allows us to make payroll, quite frankly. That's what that sound is. We have a few guitars left. And, when they're gone, they're gone. Now, we also have pre-orders going on. And some super fucking dope guitars available to pre-order. The little Run 7 batch, that's the 624T PME with 624T with a Pale Moon ebony fretboard and headplate. Floyd, hell yeah. Purple Sparkle, come on, like you read about. And then a semi-hollow Stardust Deluxe. You want to get pretty? You want to get fancy? You want to get pretty and fancy? You want to get pretty fancy? Stardust Deluxe. It's got you, girl. While those are both like $14.99, and I understand that's not 30% off, but if you pre-order one in full, you can save $100 with the promo code I Love Sully. And yes, I do enjoy making you type that. And then, so those guitars are being made in like now. They should be ready to ship end of January, very early February. I know that like that timeline is accurate. Baby, I know in the past things have been different where I get a timeline and it's like, oops. But this is accurate. So that's nice. And then we've got another pre-order going, and I think those will probably be in spring. We haven't got those planned out for the build date just yet. That's a 24 fret Elita in Guitar Bee Sparkle, which, like, trust me, you need that in your life. It's fun. It's going to shred like a cheese grater, and it's going to also serve as a nightlight because it's so bright. But it's fun, damn it, and that's what we need. You need fun. I put the FU in fun. So that's not what I'm trying to say. I also put the N in, so then it's fun. So we got that going. The 24 fret Elita. Also like the 624 PME, which is the 624, 6 strings, 24 frets. It's got a Floyd. It's got a... No, did we go hardtail on that? I forget. It's on the website. I don't need to remember. That's a black limbo with a trans black burst, Pale Moon ebony fretboard, matching headplate. People, I'm trying to make your lives better by, making new guitars. And, to be fair, everybody that's in the comment has like a bunch of them. So, people might say I'm preaching to the proverbial choir, but I don't like doing that. Yes. Anyway, there's stuff going on. There's customs that are available at 30% off. And now I know that there's a difference between buying a custom at 30% off versus buying a Conspiracy Series guitar at 30% off. But I'm really in this phase, kids. I do this every Sunday. Do you do this too, where you're like, I just gotta get rid of like all of my stuff? Do you like that? Do you like that? Or maybe it's just this point I am in my life. How about that? We're still in tune. That is thanks to the Carl Verheyen approach of claw maintenance. You ever know, like when you see Jeff Beck, so it's set up for some floaties. So there it is. And it lets you do like the Jeff Beck stuff. And it stays in tune. You can, if you've got a trem like this, like Brett on your 622, which actually showed up in my Facebook memories today. If you wanted to set your bridge up like that and to where it would stay in tune perfectly, and you can pull back on it, as I've been doing. Do a search on YouTube for Verheyen, Verheyen. Bet you didn't know I spoke German. I don't. And you can learn how to do it. It involves like, you got to put some Post-its to kind of build a block, and then you adjust the claw so like you can pull one back like get the G, and then one is, I think you got to get the A when you pull it back, and then like it's like a Floyd, in that you've got the perfect balance of string tension. If this dropped, and spring tension. You have to have that. You just have to have that. I want that for you. Anyway. So John was ready to order a B-grade Sunset. I only had not enough to go around. Thanks for the feature in the available stock. Not to be an ass, but there's only one S in my name. Well, thank you. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that momentarily. You know what? I wish I could share my screen with you. I bet I probably could, but Assad, know that right now I'm logging into the website. I'm going to, we're going to fix this. And then I'm going to, in just a few moments, I'm going to ask you to refresh. My God, if I can tap, my hands are freezing. Another thing, like this is going to shut down pretty soon. This week I did a podcast for Life with Strings Attached, which is hosted by Jamie Gale, who is the founder and curator of the Boutique Guitar Showcase. And we did an interview for their podcast. Now, the fun thing about that, if you like to watch these things on a YouTube versus just listening to the podcast, like, because there's some parts that happened in the interview that are definitely you need to see, because like Jamie was like drinking some water and like he totally